Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. Another cloudy, rainy day in Newcastle. It's sunny one minute, it's absolutely lashing it down the next, and a pretty gloomy Monday. But despite the fact there's been no Newcastle football on this weekend, and we look forward to the return against Brentford this upcoming weekend, we have had some pretty exciting news come out this afternoon as Newcastle have released the new fan zone designs of what it's going to look like. The combined Newcastle fan zone / return of the Stack to Newcastle City Centre. Newcastle have released some of those designs, which is very exciting. In fact, they actually have a public Q&A, public opportunity to go down to the stadium tonight to ask a few questions and learn a little bit more of what the fan zone's going to bring. So I am heading down there later on. So that should be good fun. Stick around, subscribe to the channel. Do not miss out on any upcoming content, information on the new fan zone. To be honest, I'm not sure there's so much more we can learn, to be honest. I think they've been quite open and honest about it. I think it's possibly an opportunity for some people to go and give potentially reasons that they may not want it, or what Newcastle can do to try and convince people who aren't as sure that it will be a good thing. I think I've said from the start that I'm pretty keen on it, and the images that have been released look pretty good. They do look good. They kind of give off a Stack vibe. I mean, obviously we knew what the Stack was like when it was in Newcastle. There's still one over at Seaburn. There's a few popping up all over the shop. But what I also think it really kind of gives the matching or the vibe of is Box Park. We saw a lot of very excited Newcastle fans in Box Park before Wembley. I was actually in Box Park after Wembley just to try and get out of the queues to get onto the tube, or the which, you know, wasn't as fun as it was before the game, but still, I mean, it was actually a chance to have a few beers and try and get over the sorrow of the final loss. But it looks pretty good. And as I've said already, Newcastle have been quite open and honest on what the zone is going to provide. And it's not just going to be, you know, before games and after games. They're also looking to have it open. I was about to say 24/7. I don't think it will be 24/7. I'm not sure they could quite get away with that. But they are open to have it open throughout the weekend. It makes a lot of sense. It's semi-built, if you know what I mean. So they've got it down for, I think it's a 3-year contract to start. So to start building up bricks and mortar and digging out the ground and stuff, I think is probably not what they're looking to do. What they are looking to do is kind of the containers, isn't it? The containers, potentially like the tarp over the top, not like a metal or a whatever roof. Something that can be built up in hopefully a fairly quick amount of time, and then can also be taken down in a reasonable amount of time as well, so that when we do get 3 years down the line, and hopefully Newcastle on the field is still doing well, still reaching for those heights. Off the field, we're building, and then we can reassess what we want to do with that area. Because as I say, a lot of people want to see more seats in St James's Park, and I think that area of land would be pretty key to that. But what's also interesting is when they hope to have it ready by. The hope is to have it done and dusted by the start of the new calendar year, so the 1st of January, which, as I say, and as scary as it sounds, Christmas and New Year aren't that far away, especially in terms of building a structure and getting everything in place. As of right now, it's still a bit of land. There is nothing going on there right now, but as I've said before, not only do we want it to be easy to take down when we don't want it anymore, we also want it to be easy to put up pretty quickly. And what's funny is that last week we saw the fact that Newcastle had pumped £60 million at the club, and people were asking, you know, what's it for? Well, we've learned the lesson that, well, we've learned probably part of it. We sold a share for 60 million. We saw this happen in January, when we were trying to get Anthony Gordon in. Everton wanted the cash up front. Newcastle needed to have the liquid cash available. And all of a sudden we saw this. It's very common in businesses to move cash between one to the other, or within branches, or within multi businesses. We've done it again, 60 million. People are excited. Is that the kitty for the upcoming January window? I think part of it, but I also think part of it is exactly what we're talking about now. Do I think the new fan zone will cost 60 million? No, I think it will cost very much a fraction of that price, but they have to have it ready. They have to have it available to get cracking on it. And that's the thing as well. We've seen a couple of images of, Water, the Geordie still water drink that has actually been doing a bit of a promotion on Newcastle branding. There's very much expected that, similar to Stack when it was in Newcastle City Centre, that it will be working with regional businesses and Greg's maybe, but I think the likes of like a Brack Burger, you can very much expect to see that in there. Things like Meat Stack, sushi, all the good stuff. Will have multiple options for fans before or after games, and as I say, throughout the week. I think that will be probably quite a... Because yes, they had to get it through, they had to buy it to start with, and they had to get it through the planning, they had to speak with the council. I think a big part of that would also be that it isn't just a bit of... Because it's a part of land that's in the Newcastle City Centre. There isn't a lot of it left. Where Stack used to be is now being taken down and getting built up all again, and I think it's similar to what's happening there. It's something that, yes, will be good for the football fans, but let's also make it for the good of Newcastle and the community as well. So you let me know down below. Are you excited by the images? What do you want to see happen there? I think the fact that it's open every night will mean there will be a variety of stuff going on there. As I say, food, drink, Friday night karaoke. I think they will definitely be looking to appeal to the masses. Yes, most people in Newcastle are football fans, and I think that is probably the majority that will be happy to see that. But then there is also the rest of I suppose there's a lot of people in Newcastle who potentially aren't even Newcastle fans. There's international students, people from all over the shop. Having it open all week means that it's bringing extra money into the club, extra money into Stack, extra money into the region to have it open all that time. I think what I'm still interested in as well, actually, because I, like a lot of Newcastle fans, going to games, have a bit of a routine and go to the big market. Sometimes we'll go and get a bit of food. We'll slowly make our way up through town. Will that be totally removed, and now we're just going to the Stack before the game? Or will it be, we'll go here, here and here, and then we'll have half an hour in there before the game? Will it be ticketed? These are still questions that we are looking to answer, and hopefully will be answered many of later on tonight at the public going. So it is a bit late notice of me doing this video now, but if you're based in Newcastle or even finishing work in the next 20 minutes, head up to St James's Park. You can book a slot via the website, but it is a public forum. So as I understand, people are kind of going down there and giving it a go. I have booked a slot. It is a bit later on, so yeah, we'll see how we get on. But let me know your thoughts on the digital scans. What do you want to see there? What do you not want to see there? Are you happy to see it, or are you potentially not? Are you happy with the way things are in terms of or maybe you're a bar owner, maybe you own a pub on the big market and are going, a lot of my revenue, or you see the high street now, the number of shops that are closing because people aren't going shopping anymore. Is that something to factor in for pubs in Newcastle, or is there far too many of us that it's not going to even, be a drop in the water? We will wait and see. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the digital designs down in the comments. Enjoy your week as we lead up to Brentford. Lots of videos coming up this week because it's Brentford, then it's AC Milan. Yeah, it's coming around quick. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll catch you later.